Hi guys, welcome to this Saturday's ACCA predictions for Saturday the 28th of October. So we've had again another decent week on the Twitter page. Hopefully following us on there as well. The link is in the description. We've had a couple of winners. We had another winner last night. Nice treble coming on both teams to score bets. So it's been quite a profitable last 7 or 8 days. If you were following all the tips, you would be well and truly in profit by a long way. In total, we've managed to land 56 to 1 in total over the last week. So for £10 you'd put it on every bet, you'd probably be 500 quid in front. So it's been a good one. Let's hope this Saturday's ACCA predictions follow on from that. So we are into the domestic leagues in England, and we start off with the Premier League, and it's Arsenal against Swansea. So Arsenal won the last 3 games in a row, including a very impressive 5-2 win away at Everton. Impressive in the fact of they seem to have a bit of their sort of swagger back going forward. Something obviously Arsenal have been sort of renowned for these last probably 10 years or so. Obviously, you've got to take into a little bit of context that the Everton team is low on form, low on morale, and Koeman was well and truly sort of on his way out then. But I don't think we should take too much away from sort of that Arsenal performance. And the 2 sort of cup games either side of that, probably with a reserve team out, won both games, but you can't really look too much into that. So this team's going to be nice and sort of fresh coming into this one. Pretty much, Arsenal have been very sort of strong at home this season. Out of the 4 games they've played, they've won them all. They're welcome. Swansea team who lost in midweek in the Cup to Manchester United 2-0. They put out not a bad team in that, sort of a mixture of fringe players and first teamers. But I think the loss last week at home against Leicester was a bit of a hammer blow. Following on from that, a good 2-0 win at home against Huddersfield when people thought, Swansea could potentially go on a little bit of a run. So to lose that game sort of straight after that at home again was a blow, especially following on from the defeats against West Ham and Watford in the previous 2 games. So still just defensively they're not really keeping the clean sheets in recent games. Conceding a couple of goals, and Tammy Abraham's got a few goals this season, but he needs a little bit more sort of support up there, and you're really sort of struggling to see where Swansea are going to get the goals from if you manage to keep sort of Abraham quiet. And I just think Arsenal at home at the moment in time, they've like I said, seem to have got a little bit more of their swagger back and been sort of strong at home this season. I'm fully expecting Arsenal to pick up that win there. So the next game is Watford at home against Stoke City. So Watford, maybe seen as a surprise team so far this season. They sat in sort of 6th place, just outside the top 5. And generally they've had a very good season. The defeats that they've sort of suffered so far, they've only lost twice in the league, was against Man City and Chelsea. So, to be expected, really, at this moment in time. But impressive. With the teams, seems to have got goals from different areas of the pitch. Different goal scorers it seems in every game, and that's always a good thing to see. We're not relying on just one man to get the goals for them. Watford are going to be in good sort of spirits. They've won sort of 3 out of their last 5, with a draw in there as well, and a defeat against Chelsea. So confidence is going to be pretty high, because the Chelsea game they actually played very well in, and probably looking back and thinking how they didn't manage to get a point from that, but a late rally from Chelsea with two goals in the dying minutes unfortunately robbed them from a draw. Well, could have been even a win as well. So I'm not really looking too much into that defeat, really. Probably taking them positives out of that a little bit more. So they welcome a Stoke City team who Apart from a home win against Southampton a few games ago, which was a tight 2-1 game, they've actually suffered a couple of bad defeats recently. Tonkings against City and Chelsea as well. Now, I'm talking about Watford lost to sort of City, but Stoke had 7 goals put past them in that game, and Chelsea went to the Britannians, took 4 past them. But the game really that sort of galls them is probably the one where they lost at home last time out, at home against a Bournemouth team as well, 2-1. So, things aren't, entirely happy at Stoke City at this moment in time. They're just sat outside the relegation zone, 17th place, 8 points from 9 games so far, and the Stoke City's away form is generally miserable. It was miserable last season as well. So, they're probably a team who most teams relish sort of playing at home. So, I think Watford will have a little bit too much there for Stoke. So the final game in the Premier League is West Brom at home against Man City. Probably not many people surprised by that. Now, West Brom not doing too bad this season. Sort of middle of the road, middling team. Not losing that many, but not winning that many either. A lot of sort of tight games. Sat sort of in 13th place at the moment in time. However, they haven't won in the league and since August when they won their opening 2 games against Burnley and Bournemouth. Since then they've sort of lost 4, drawn 4. And they're really sort of, as I say, they don't really sort of get beat out of sight many times. The games are usually sort of tight affairs, usually pretty low scoring, but they're welcoming an absolute rampant Manchester City team who've. I go on it every time when I tip Man City. Is just they've got so many attacking options now. It's frightening, really. When you've got Aguero sat on the bench. He played obviously last time out against Burnley because obviously they rested a few players from following the Champions League game against Napoli, which they won. But as I say, with Jesus, Sane, Aguero, De Bruyne, Silva, Sterling, it's pretty frightening. And their style is really suited to playing away from home as well, with the pace they've got on the counter attack. And I think they could, win this by 2 or 3 goals against a low-scoring sort of West Brom team. The only way West Brom really sort of got a chance is they sort of quite potent from sort of set pieces. I just think City will just have a little bit too much for them on this occasion. So for our 4th game, we drop down into League One. We go to the New York Stadium, and it's Rotherham United at home against Gillingham. So Rotherham, got an absolute terrific home record so far. They've played 7 games and won 6 out of those 7, scoring 20 odd goals as well. So they're at New York. They have really made it a fortress there, and they do welcome sort of a Gillingham team who had a brief sort of renaissance with a great win away at Peterborough, but unfortunately. They lost at home last time out against another struggling team, sort of Northampton. So just as you thought they were sort of maybe trying to pick that form back up and go on a little run and try and drag themselves away from the bottom of the table, they lost last time out. And again, like so many teams who struggle near the bottom of the tables, it's goals really that do sort of Gillingham in. And unfortunately, when they go into a Rotherham team who score plenty of goals, players like Kiefer Moore. In fantastic form, they're going to need to score more than probably 1 goal to get at least a draw out of this game, and you just can't see it at this moment in time. So, I think we'll go with a Rotherham home win in that one. So down into League 2 for the next one, and we're looking at the Wham Stadium, and it's Accrington Stanley at home against Barnet. So, Accrington sit 3rd place in the table. Amazes me. What a great job. They do really on the budget that they've got in the table. And Coleman's men are, as I say, far exceeding expectations again, really from anyone. Like I say, if you looked at the budgets. Great win last time out. Get back on track after losing at Stevenage 3-2. They went to Crewe 1-2-0 to beat Coventry last time out at home 1-0 as well. And obviously with the goals of Billy Key, who is key to them, funnily enough. yeah, they always sort of pose a good sort of attacking threat, and generally they keep things fairly tight at the back as well. They do welcome a Barnet team who haven't won again since start of September. Quite a few defeats in there, a few draws as well. Again, not usually many goals scored sort of by Barnet. I think it's sort of 3 goals in the last 4 games they've got. And I think Accrington, just being at home with that home advantage, will just have too much for a Barnet team who are really sort of struggling for goals at this moment in time and sort of sat at the wrong end of the table. So we're going to go with an Accrington win in that one. The last game is Luton Town at home against Coventry City. Now, Luton had been sort of very free scoring up until the last game at Crawley, which finished 0-0. So Crawley gave a good account of themselves actually, but again, Luton could have won it. They did have the chances. A couple of goals hitting the post, woodwork, goals flashing across the face of goal, etc. But it's. At home, they're sort of quite sort of irresistible really so far. 18 points from sort of 7 games, and they've scored nearly 30 goals at home this season. Welcoming a Coventry team who've got the exact opposite problem. They haven't scored in the last 4. So Coventry actually started the season pretty well. They were sort of sat within the top 6 at the end of September, but since then they haven't scored a goal, and they've lost to teams as well who lost at home to sort of Forest Green 1-0, drew at home against 0-0 with Colchester, lost to Accrington Stanley, and then drew 0-0 away at Barnet. So 3 out of those 4 games you'd expected them to probably pick up the 3 points against Barnet, Forest Green, and Colchester. No disrespect to those teams, but where Coventry expect to be and where they expect to be challenging, they're just not doing it at this moment in time. And but like I say, with Luton just being in such great form, and especially at home, and I fully expect Luton to sort of take the game to a fragile sort of Coventry team, and I think they'll sort of be able to pick up a win there, unfortunately. So for them, it's not going to be a happy game for them. I'm not expecting. So, that's this week's ACCA predictions. That pays 21-1. Hopefully we get a nice win there. But as I say, we have been winning on the Twitter page quite regularly. I just need to transfer that over to the YouTube page. Unfortunately, not seem to have much luck. We haven't had a winner now for about a month on here. So, but. Always time. Obviously, you don't always win in betting. That's the whole problem. Be nice if we could, but it just doesn't happen. But yes, until next time, guys. I'll speak soon. Bye.